Oh my god. Like, what? I I can keep doing this. I was about to say I can't keep doing this. I can keep doing this. I'm gonna do this. I edited down the highlights enough that I think I can make it through some of the highlights without getting shut down on the stream. And then I gotta get out of here before too long to start getting ready for television tonight. KHOU, sometime around 10:30 or so. Depends on when 60 minutes and all that is over. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's put on. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but I'm having a fun time watching a competitive football team and a quarterback who is built by the gods of football. So it wasn't so super pretty this first series by the Bengals. Oh, I got to minimize that. There's that Hudson bastard. This guy was getting on my nerves for a little bit. I was worried about the tight ends, and the tight ends looked like they were going to be a problem early on, especially a lot of the stuff out in the flats. I mean, Perryman. I love Perryman, but man, Perryman was scary today. Tight ends have been an issue for the Texans, right? And last week, the tight ends were really good for the Bengals. James Casey, former Texan, is the tight ends coach for the Bengals. So I'm happy for them for the season. And oh boy, but this was good. It was 3rd and 1. They stopped them. 4th and 3. Bengals go for it. And then that damn Hudson bastard again stretched out. I know that Trent Green thought that maybe they should have challenged it, but it looked like he was laying on his bro there and was okay. And then, I mean, this like was this not the this is the moment where you're already second guessing, right? I was like, okay, great. We got Derek Stingley out there. But Derek Stingley looked like he'd found the one muddy spot of the field because he was just stuck. He was squatting on this corner on the that route down at the bottom, and it was cover two, but like he's more athletic than that. I think he can and like his reaction time just isn't quite there yet. They got hemmed up as the game went along because the defensive line got such a good pass rush. It helped those guys play cover two a lot. Yeah, and some of these bunch routes and everything, or bunches, like the Texans took a little while to sort it all out. They're banged up in a lot of ways, man. And then the tackling started to be an issue. Man, early on, it did not look pretty at all. Like there's that pass rush, but even like Joe Burrow, who's like he's like a young CJ Stroud in a lot of respects. He'll get there, right? Then the Texans come back. I skipped the first series from the Texans because it was a 3 and out or something bad. Dalton Schultz. Okay, so Dalton Schultz on the day. Dalton Schultz, 4 receptions for 71 yards. Noah Brown had 7 receptions for 172 yards. And you'll see later, Dalton Schultz with a key block lined up as a fullback on the goal line. And freaking Devin Singletary. My God. Like, how much time did we waste? I love Damian Pierce, man. But Devin Singletary is the guy. And I know the Bengals run defense isn't any good, but the Texans have played against bad run defenses and hadn't done what they did today. I mean, this was and that was easy. Like, okay, let's watch the blocking. First, good enough blocking. You got a man on man everywhere. Devin Singletary is gonna have to make 29 miss. That's just what you have to do. Except he doesn't even go that road. Man, boy, he reads the blocking so well. They might just be hitting their groove. There'll be harder run defenses than the Bengals. I'm not getting ahead of myself. They're a bad run defense, but and then Tank Dell. Mm. Oh, this was the one that got. I look. I think the officials sucked on both sides today. In this one, I think we that right hand comes off after the right foot is up. I don't think that should have been upheld, man. I don't think that was a. I know Gene Steratore, but I was surprised, but I'll take it. So this is the point where the Texans really had started destroying the Bengals, except kept shooting themselves in the foot with stuff like this. I was surprised that they were under center a lot today. With the run game working, they played a lot of play action with CJ under center, which is nice to see because he's a rookie quarterback. He played under center some in college, but not to the extent they want him to now. He looks really comfortable with it. He scrambled on play action. Christian Harris has really come along in these last few weeks. He's starting to play really fundamentally sound football. We're seeing pass breakups. He's playing coverage well. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 11. Mm, nice clean legal hit by Blake Cashman. So at this point, it's 7-0. Devin Singletary continues to make me fall in love with him. End around to Tank. Look at this. Oh, he ran out of bounds. Tank trucked somebody later on. He got trucked too. Okay, and then Noah Brown gets his face ripped off like he's a Pez dispenser, which I was not happy about. That's some dumbass football right there, dude. Like what a usually face pass. Okay, look at that's where he watch this. Watch him. Look at this. He weighs 165 pounds. 165 pounds. Let me tell you something. Bottom line business. We're gonna talk about Sheldon Rankins later. Sheldon Rankins and the defensive line were studs today. Boom. This little coverage, he does not give he doesn't give a damn. And we're going to see the hit that he had put on him, and he came back in the game. Good job by Christian Harris again. Old rules might be ruled like would have been inbounds, but no. Just a nice little hand, good relation to him. Christian Harris is reaping the benefits of the D'Amico Ryans effect, I believe. Mm-hmm. Noah Brown has just got a knack for fine. I mean, this was there's soft spots in coverages, and then there's like a baby's skull in coverage. That was a baby's skull. Yeah. Okay. Here we look at that. All right. All right. You guys saw. There was a whole week of drama about whether Jamar Chase was going to play or not, just because he landed on his own body weight. Look at this little bastard. 165 pounds. Look at this. He went to the sideline, probably peed blood in the cover of the medical tent, and then came back in the game. I did not expect to see him back in the game after that. I love Dalton Schultz. I've come around on him, man. I have come around on Dalton Schultz. They got all those little glitches, the miscommunications from early in the season taken care of. Dalton Schultz, 71 yards on 6 targets, 4 receptions. He had there's so many chunk plays. Look at the long receptions today. Noah Brown, 34. Dalton Schultz, 25-yarder. Tank Dell, 17-yarder. John Mechie, 19-yarder. Robert Woods, 15-yarder. Devin Singletary, 11 yards. Like all those guys, you had 6 guys that had receptions over 10 yards. Mike Boone had a 4-yarder, but in a critical situation, got out of bounds. Ugh. Oh, this is such bogus. 4 bogus things on this play. For one, all right, Laramie, we'll discuss this during the week. Arm moving forward, clearly and obviously from like 9 different angles. And then watch this son of a bitch hit his head on his way down. Look at this. Like helmet to helmet, shoulder to helmet, and they don't call that. And it's clearly a forward pass. These were awful officials today. Look at that. I'm like, why are they messing with trying to figure out whether that was a fumble or not? I've lost the plot. 7-7, sack by multiple people. The offensive linemen are all huffy that they couldn't block on that play. These guys can go die. A lot of them, like the Bengals. I like this Bengals team at the beginning of it. They can all go die now. I've never seen so many guys like incredulous about the obvious penalty they just committed, and then angry that the guy that they let past them went to go sack their quarterback. Go kill somebody, Noah Brown. Look at this. Okay, that was a good job, Bengals. It was hard. I was trying to be unbiased. It was hard to find Bengals highlights until the fourth quarter. Noah Brown. That was another. Laramie just whiffed on that one. I think the previous one might have been on a game. This one was just a whiff by Laramie. They landed on CJ, which these days I'm told is like life imprisonment. But look, 10-7. We don't care about this. Oh, it's the first half already. Okay, 10-7. This one too. We had a few hard slams and late. Yeah. Malik Collins got to get that figured out. He can't be doing that stuff he did last year. First half. This is where it was frustrating that the score was only 10-7. 264 total yards to 109 yards, 7.3 yards per play to their 4 yards per play. 2 turnovers. 12 first downs to their 6 first downs. The somebody I saw complained about the first down run pass distribution. It was actually really good. Like they were about 50-50 for most of the game, and they were running the ball so well that okay, on the day the Texans ran the ball at a let's see. Well, Singletary was 30 yards for 30 carries for 150 yards. And it wasn't bad at all. Here we go. Team stats. Okay, 28 first downs the Texans ended up having. They ended up rushing 5.5 yards per carry, 188 yards rushing on 34 carries. I'm a man, if they're running like that, I'm fine. It's when they're not running well and they stick to it too much. Um, CJ Stroud doing pretty well. 10-7. They run on first down, which I would complain about if they weren't just gashing people like this. I love Devin Singletary. Mm. Like it's nice to see a clear path, decisiveness. CJ just freaking scrambling all over the place. It like every game's a Peach Bowl now to him. So he scrambles out from the left to the right. Remember, he can't get past his first read, was what I was told. And Noah Brown like just keeps finding places to sit down in coverage. Oh my gosh. Look at that. John Mechie. These plays are getting so routine that I don't even forget. Look at him scrambling. Joe Burrow had to scramble that all over the place today too. But like, I mean, the plays he made scrambling. Oh, this was the Robert Woods. This is 2 times in 3 weeks now. I think it's just kind of flukish where receivers have stepped out of bounds, come back in and step the ball. And yeah, I know. Look, if this were a primetime game with better camera angles in the end zone, this probably would have been overturned because it looks like it was his heel that was hovering over the sideline. But for those of you who didn't see the game, Robert Woods had stepped out of bounds way over on the other side of the end zone. That's the one time the refs decided to be good and be on their crap, was when Robert Woods stepped out of bounds. Is this a play where Rankins gets 2 sacks on one play? Yeah, he misses them there and then gets another sack. Causes a fumble. CJ just Oh, this was the okay. Yeah, this is the play where number 20 was like besides himself and couldn't understand why this was interference. I know it sucks, man, but that's what happens when you get toasted so bad by Tank Dell that you're just running for life. A lot of Devin Singletary running past the yellow line today. Devin Singletary, my God. Oh, this is the one. Okay, this is the Dalton Schultz, and look, Dalton's going to be blocking a defensive back here. I think. I know, but that's him just clearing the way, and then look at that clear path. The Texans didn't have anything like this. You got Noah Brown blocking a defensive lineman. Oh, they were so close to getting Burrow down today and couldn't. Like Burrow, to his credit, like he had to run his butt off. That offensive line, they spent so much money trying to fix that offensive line, and they just can't. Tackling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys to take them down. The missed tackling started to be an issue. Scores 20-7. You should feel like, all right, we got this. But then all of a sudden the tackling showed up, and that's when I started getting nervous. But then these guys showed up. Okay, 5-man rush. Is this another Rankins one, or was this this was a Grenard. Oh, man. So 20-10. CJ just buying time. Okay. Aaron throw. 2nd and 7. This was you know what? This was all right. I was surprised Trent Green. I mean, it was ticky tack, but this was like this was like 10 yards past the line of scrimmage. So it was a legal contact. Or did they end up calling pass interference? Whatever. Boy, given if the ball was in the air and he wasn't anywhere, okay, these guys sucked. Nice play, defensive line. This was really key. Like the fact that they were able to do a lot, and this is with more than a 4-man rush, or that was a run play, but they were able to make up for a lot of coverage issues with getting a good pass rush today. Somebody pointed out that Will knocked 2 defenders on that play. Yeah, Mixon was a stud. It's funny, and this is how it's been for Mixon this year. Like, the Bengals had 68 yards rushing. Mixon had, I think, only like 47 yards. Let me see. Mixon had 46 yards rushing, but it was on 11 carries. And as a receiver, he's obviously kind of a pain in the butt. Let's see. As a receiver, he didn't have any targets today. But he just he gets yardage when they need yardage. Jamar Chase is still Jamar Chase. This one was the one that, man, Chase was on a drag route and just seeped through coverage, which tends to happen when oh yeah, I saw Bob going off on on Mac Jones. Yes. Yeah, Noah Brown. And then like the run after catch by Noah Brown, it's not based on like athleticism or anything. It's just sheer want to that comes into play later on in the game. I'd grown tired of the end around, and then Xavier Hutchinson saves me, salvages my trust in the end round every time. Here's another shot of Devin Singletary running past the imaginary yellow line. It tended to happen a lot all day. Oh, and then no big deal. CJ Stroud can't run. Oh man. Oh, it was so nice. Oh yeah, and then this happened. So it's 27-17, 11 minutes, 22 seconds left. That's the play right there. That's where Mixon. Look, it's 3rd and 1. I've seen this. I've seen Mixon do this like 3 times this year in the 4th quarter where they need a short yardage play and Mixon gets it. Petrie had him dead to rights. Look at, I mean, man, he could have broken a tib fib there. Yeah. And this is when the game was over. This is where, for all intents and purposes, the game is freaking over. Yeah. That's where the game's over. Certainly nothing could disrupt our glory here. I can't imagine what would. Devin Singletary. Yeah, like, I see why they call him Motor now. I didn't quite understand the nickname, but this is where the game was supposed to be over. CJ in the press conference said that he talked to the dude afterwards and said that he was going to undercut it. He knew it was coming. This one, Perryman gets this penalty for basically giving this guy the what for in the end zone. Right, like boom, 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 and then with the telltale, I didn't do nothing. I'm innocent. So a flag late, the interception, obviously, the touchdown, 3rd and 3, like going deep. This is where, like, you're going. It's 3rd and 3. Cincinnati's got 1 timeout. There were some game management decisions, and then obviously CJ's decision making at the end when it's paramount. CJ's been really good. My God. Boyd. All right, Boyd, have your glory right now. We'll see what happens later. It doesn't. I feel bad for Boyd knowing how it ends for him. Yes, Sheldon Rankins. You got PFF tried to grade you as like the worst defensive tackle who ever lived. What do you say to that now, Collins? Don't slam this dude. Not now. Don't piss down our legs on this one. This is where Boyd. Oh God, he's gonna think about this. He's gonna think about that forever. He's going to think about the children. Think about the Boyds of this world. He's not going to sleep tonight. He's going to think about that like all night long and then all week long. He'll move past it though. That's what receivers and defensive backs have to do. Like Tank Dell tried to make him feel better. Look, he goes down hard the way Jamar Chase did. But Dalton Schultz, my new hero, he's not. You see Aaron Boone getting his ass out of bounds. And then there. Here we go. Look, that's at the field goal target line. How about adding on another 10 yards for the guy the Amendola with an extra M in winning? This is that is very complimentary about me, who he's definitely a better pass rusher than me. I feel bad for this kid too. I call him Little Boyd. So, all right, I gotta go. I gotta go do television with Jason Bristol and KHOU. I'm gonna do the press conferences though after I do some of that. So tune back in. My name's Seth Payne. I played for the Texans. Played 10 years in the NFL, 5 years for the Texans. I do Sports Radio 610 now, KHOU on Sunday nights. I'm super excited about this victory and the Texans having a winning record. And Noah Brown, comeback player of the year, working in Indiana, gloating in front of my Colt fan coworkers. I love everybody right now. My wife is ecstatic and besides herself, and I'll probably be the beneficiary of that tonight. Thanks, everybody.